Hello, everyone. Today on Women Dialogue, we are connecting with one of very famous Miss Asia BC-Canada, former Miss India Seattle USA, as well as she's a professional IT project lead as well. You will be hearing from our today's speaker, Meenal. She's connecting with us from Vancouver, Canada. She is influencer, pageant coach, business analyst, and as well as she's content producer as well. She's a motivational speaker and many more. You will be surprised to hear from our today's speaker how she made this journey, how she has gone through by all this platform or different kind of achievement in her life. So welcome, Meenal. And
Thank
it's a
you.
great honor and pleasure to have you today on our show. We know you have a lot of things in your hand as in your professional life as well as in personal life, but we are really appreciate that you are finding time to share and inspire our audience being on this show. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shashi, first of all, for inviting me for the show. And I'm pretty much excited to be a part of your show and also learn more about your viewers. And also, I hope my story reaches out to millions of people so that they can also, get inspired. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
It's a likewise. We are really excited to share about you and your journey. You are not only having a beauty, but you are beauty with brain. I will say that. As I was going through by your profile, I was seeing you have achieved a lot of international awards, but as well as you are in the professional life also, you are having very good position. So let's start knowing about who is Meenal and how we see Meenal, how we know Meenal.
I have a very funny story. So I know you said beauty with brain, but probably when I was in school, I only had brain. There was no beauty associated with me. And like the Ugly Betty, I don't know if you have seen that the series of Ugly Betty. I had very similar story where I just used to be focused in studying. I was like a geek, always sitting on the first bench, ranking in school, and I had these huge glasses. And nobody would have ever imagined that I would ever even get involved in the world of fashion. Everybody, if you ask anybody in even from my school days, they probably don't even recognize me that I'm the same Meenal. I used to be teased. I used to get bullied all the time, as a geek, and they used to take my glasses and throw it in the air. I was
Oh my
that
God.
kind of a nerd. Yeah, I was
Oh
literally
my
that kind
God.
of a nerd. Um,
Mhm.
and I guess that's what inspired me because I noticed while I was studying and I was very good in academics, and I knew I would definitely do something good in my corporate life because my father, has had a very good position, like as the president of a very large cement company. So I always looked up to him. So I wanted to
Mhm.
be a part of the corporate world. I know he wanted me to do CPA because he's a chartered accountant himself. That was
Mhm.
the eventual goal that I'll rank and then I'll become a CPA. But then I think early in the game, probably when I was in my 7th or 8th grade, both my parents are very educated, and they saw the skill in me where kind of I was always good in extracurricular activities. Like I was a dancer, like a Bharatanatyam dancer, and also any form of dance, I would just pick it up.
Mhm.
And then
Right.
for some reason, I had this leadership quality in me where I used to love choreographing all these small
Mhm.
kids and even younger kids and even kids of my age. I was able to lead them. I was able to
Mhm.
teach them dancing. And I think that's when my
Right.
mom saw the
Right.
skill in me and she told my dad that, you want to make her, like you want her to be a chartered accountant, but I think she should do MBA. Like she has this people management skill at this age, at the age of
Right.
whatever, say 12 or 13. I
Right.
was also able to lead some of my seniors, and they used to, if I used to direct them to dance in a particular way, they used to follow it. And
Wow.
not just about dance. It was also like if I wanted, people to go somewhere, say, let's go for a movie, then I would take the whole group of 10 or 11 people with me, and that
Mhm.
whole plan would succeed the way I have
Right.
planned.
Right.
So I knew that I like event management. I like management of people. I knew that. But then
Mhm.
because I used to get teased in school, I just thought that
Mhm.
I would always be a girl who will always be in books and then corporate life. And then,
Right.
yeah, at some day I'll be recognized in the world of corporate. That's what I thought my life was. And
Right.
then it just so happened that when I was in my 9th to 10th grade, when girls hit puberty and then they get all these birthday invitations from all of these, people. So it just happened that a set of, it was somebody's birthday in my building, and there were a lot of boys and girls invited in that party. And apparently I was the only one who didn't get the invite. So as a little kid,
kind of a different thing, right?
Yeah, it was different. So as a little girl who is obviously wearing her glasses and always good in education, I actually had to ask a friend who was going in that party that, hey, how come I didn't get the invite? And that dear friend, I am not going to tell her name here, but probably if she's listening to this, she knows who she is. She in full transparency told me that, you are great in studies, you are a ranker, we all love hanging out with you when it comes to studies, but you're not into fashion at all. You don't know how to dress up, you don't know how to put yourself. So when you go in these kind of parties, people want somebody who is good in the world of fashion. So maybe you should work on that. And I was like, oh my God, thank you. I literally had to thank her. I said, I never even thought about that in order to make your presence felt, or in order to be visible, you need a balance of both. You need to be presentable, and at the same time, you need to be brainy. So this is me thinking when everybody else is partying there. I had a diary, and I started writing things in that. And I put in that diary that, I need to work on how to be a fashionista as well. And at the same time, change the perception of people that, beauty and brain cannot go together. I still have the diary, and those words are written in that diary at the age of probably 15 or 16 years old. And I had decided that the minute I finish my education and I get into college, I will continue studying. I'll focus on studying, but on the side, I will start learning about fashion just to be presentable, just to be more confident. And I was a dancer, so confidence was no issue. I could be on stage, but to present myself in a way where people find my presence and, that I look like a fashionista as well. That was my main focus. So I guess by the time I was in college, Google had just started, Google search engine and YouTube and all that started existing. So I was able to research a little bit. I looked at some videos of people catwalking, and for me, in my head, fashion was all about Miss India, because it's either Bollywood or, Miss India. So while I was growing up, I obviously saw Aishwarya Rai, Lara Dutta, Priyanka Chopra, all of these guys winning, right? So I was like, maybe if I, get into pageant and also get into fashion shows, that would probably get me into that, help me understand the world of fashion. And that's what I did. I think because of being a dancer, I was good at my moves. So I was good at catwalking since childhood. And plus, as little girls, we used to play like kitchen set and Miss India. It used to be a game in Mumbai at that time. So I used to play Miss India with them. So I knew how to catwalk. So I auditioned in my college, Narsi Monji College of Commerce and Economics. It's pretty famous in India. A college known for education. But for some reason, they fashion shows. So I was able to participate in that. I actually did not get through my first audition. They did not select me. So I think I was always a person who liked to learn, even if I got rejected. So the minute they rejected me, I went to the lead and I asked them, hey, what was lacking in me? And then they told me that, you are too slim. Because I was actually very slim. I was almost like a stick. So they were like, in order to be at that time, things were different. Now people appreciate zero figure. I actually was size zero. I was size zero then. And I was told to put in a little weight and get some curves. So I was hardworking. So I actually signed up for a gym and I went to an instructor just to tell him, help me gain weight because I need to audition for this again next year. And I want to get through this. And the trainer laughed because he's like, nobody comes here for gaining weight. People normally come here to lose weight. So I said, I don't know, give me butter, tell me what to eat, and just make me a little fat, a little chubby. A little curvy. And he actually made me do a lot of exercises. And after 6 months of journey, and also obviously I had a lot of paneer and stuff just to put on a little bit of fat.
It's kind of exactly.
It was very funny. My body used to burn fat like anything. I could literally have 2 huge pizzas and nothing would get on my body. I had such high again, and this time I was able to get in. I was able to get in the show, and I think that's how my able to do a lot of fashion shows and and all of that.
Mhm. Right. Yeah. Meenal, I think
So
due to some internet issue, we dropped you for a few seconds. Your voice got
no
a
worries.
bit
I think
yeah. Yeah. So just that sounds interesting journey, Meenal, as you shared
I see those issues, but
yeah, how a young girl can take small those events and can change all the way the perception, not for just to be part of her group, but to in general community as well, how one can see as we started with saying beauty with brain, right? So Meenal, when we are talking about it, after this journey you have accomplished very renowned and very famous positions as Miss Asia BC-Canada 2020 as well. And I hope you still have crown and everything with you. And yes. Oh wow, that's beautiful.
Very good, but you can't wear it for more than 3 hours. Your head hurts. It's heavy. With crown comes responsibility.
Yes, exactly. It comes with, like as you mentioned about your journey, definitely a lot of female, lot of young, especially girls, they see towards to you how you have gone through by journey, how you made this journey, and that really inspires and motivate them, not only just professionally, but to see one more other side of their physical or other beauty, like okay, intellectual versus physical beauty, how they can be confident with that.
And you know what's funny? It's like the result is very important, right? After you do all these efforts, if people don't recognize you, then you feel like you haven't done enough. I think in my case, I literally got invited to the same person's birthday party that did not invite me 2 years back, right after all of these things happened. So I knew that, okay, whatever I've done has worked out. But at the same time, I had to make sure that I don't derail my focus into then the world of fashion, because it's very glamorous and you may easily, you may easily stop studying if you get into that world. But I just made sure that I stuck to my education. And then I used to have like a nice switch. I was able to switch my personality that, okay, now I'm in college, I'm with geeky people, act geeky. Now I'm in fashion world, so I can just act like glamorous, so you need to have that shift.
So Meenal, that you are bringing very important point about how one can balance their passion versus their whatever in their career life, whatever in their professional life they want to be. And you said you was very, very good in that to make it balance between your geeky world versus your professional interest and your intellectual interest, where you want to be seeing yourself in your future life. What kind of advice, what kind of tips would you like to share with our audience or with those young girls who are listening and watching you?
So, I mean, I think I have been a firm believer of not just doing one thing. And I know this is something I put all over my social media, that there's always a statement that says that, you are a jack of all trades and master of none. But I think the mindset has to shift now. Like, it's not that there are some times where you might try and explore a lot of things and you might be good in a lot of things. So it does not mean that you should just continue doing one. So even like when I entered the world of corporate, like especially when you enter the world of corporate, then you're all about corporate life till the age of 50, 60 until you retire. You hardly do any other passionate activities. Like if somebody is a musician or a singer, they would either be a singer all their life, or if they are into corporate world, they'll forget singing. Like they will not be pursuing that passion. But things are slowly shifting. I see a lot of my, other like singer friends who are handling their corporate life very well. And at the same time, on the weekends, they are doing a lot of shows where they're able to sing and they're able to earn. So I think I wanted to inspire more corporate folks into the same stream, wherein I knew that I'm able to do my 9 to 5 job from Monday to Friday. And then Saturday, Sunday, I was able to balance it out. Like I had a sudden shift and I used to, just do modeling or acting or do pageantry or coaching. In fact, I also do coaching after my working hours, like in the evening. Like I dedicate like 7 to 9 p.m. to coach, other people in either the world of pageantry or being an influencer, or even younger graduates who want to become business analysts. I coach them. Now you may ask that how do you find all of this time, but it's just about like, instead of probably watching Netflix, I choose to spend my time this way. So it's balanced, right? The day when I want to watch Netflix, I will probably not conduct classes, like I won't take coaching. So I don't want to just be continuously doing work. So I know how to take a break. So sometimes I would take a break, but it is possible. It's not that if you are into corporate life, you can't pursue other passion. Nowadays, everything is possible. You can still even make money out of your weekend jobs, just like people do Uber and, make money on the side. So I would advise all of the youngsters, that anybody watching this, that they definitely need one stream of like their permanent source of income. So what they like, what they want to be, that's their main primary source of income. So I want to be a doctor, I want to be whatever, a chartered accountant, whatever their profession is. But whatever their passions are, whatever talent they have, they can continue that on weekend and also maybe after hours, after working hours, and see where it takes them. Like even a content producer or a YouTuber, they just didn't become YouTubers like that. They did it slow and steady, and now probably that became their main job. So I think that's what people should try out. They should always kind of mix and match.
So Meenal, when you are talking about like it's a kind of balancing your hobbies or your passion versus professional life, and not to have contradict, but to have a rhythm, as you are saying. Do you find any ways like this COVID has bring this more sense in the human life, because of now a lot of technological availability, a lot of resources and all we have in our hand, they can follow easily?
This is a very funny question, because I think you probably would relate to this. Even before COVID happened, Zoom was there, WhatsApp video calling was there, everything on social media was available to us. Maybe we just didn't use it because we were just meeting people in person. But especially I'm living in Canada, my family is in Mumbai, India. So I was used to using Zoom or Skype and all of these, portals, even to connect with my family members. So for me, whether it was COVID or it wasn't COVID, the virtual world was always there. And I'm amazed that everybody says that, oh, the virtual world has, it's a new world, but actually it's not new. It was always there. It's just that we didn't use it that much because we used to meet people in person. Now we are leveraging it more. For me, I was always doing coaching online. So even before COVID, it was always online for me. Zoom, and that's always like my bread and butter. I can reach to millions of people all across the globe and connect with them just via Zoom. So I think it's your mindset, right? Like, well, yes, this is the world we live in. So now everything is going to be virtual for quite a bit, maybe 2-3 years. But it was always there. It's just about us tapping it.
Yeah, that's so true. And as you mentioned, definitely we used in our secular way, or in our just purposely just family talks or family conversation, or maybe very few for our purpose. But now everyone has access of it and everyone is aware of it. How you see growing up a girl maybe in a small place where she doesn't have that leverage, or maybe she doesn't have that kind of opportunity in her surroundings. Do you find such kind of resources can help us? Like, okay, she wants to reach to the Meenal and she is having that vision, I want to become in that field. Do you think that way it can be helpful?
Definitely. I mean, obviously you need access to all of this, right? There's no in-person. So somebody who is probably in a small village in India and they want to reach out, then definitely we want them to have a laptop and a Zoom, or some sort of a portal. And there are a lot of organizations that kind of provide that for children who want to learn. And I'm also connected with some nonprofits, somebody who is actually willing. I do a lot of scholarship programs as well. Somebody who probably cannot afford my classes, I do give them scholarship program and try to arrange in whatever, way I can in order for them to learn. So I think a lot is possible if you have that charity mindset, and like a true charity mindset, not just talking about it, but actually doing it. And the way we see TikTok and YouTube and everything, Instagram spreading across, even in the small villages, and even in India, everywhere I see a lot of videos coming from cities that I've never heard of and places that I've never heard of. So I think now there's no challenge when it comes to technology. Everybody has a cell phone, so everybody can definitely come on Zoom and WhatsApp video. So everything is possible, but it's just that attempt to reach out to mentors and coaches and people that inspire you.
Right. So as you said very well, like how one can see, and even if they want to make it their dream to fulfill or maybe follow the path of whatever they are visioning, you also have some sort of sources of charity mindset helping the people, or especially those girls, those that wants to reach out to you. Is there any particular way they can reach out to you?
Yeah, they can definitely reach out to me on, like, I have my website, www.drockz.com or drockz.com, because people pronounce it in different way. They can reach out to me on Instagram as well. I just go with the same name, Meenal D Rocks. Like if they just search for Meenal D Rocks on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, anywhere, they can literally reach out to me. So, and I'm very approachable. I have a team that also replies very fast, and I always get every email or any message sent is also read by me. So they always get that personalized touch. So I would encourage anybody who wants to learn or maybe even get more confident, or maybe try to understand how to balance education with their other hobbies, or maybe they are looking for some sort of a vision on, what career choice they should choose, like I normally see a lot of women, for them, like IT means coding for everybody. But that's not true. IT means much more. They can get into product management. They can become a business analyst. They don't have to do coding. And I know coding can be very taxing. It could get monotonous and boring for some people. And that's the fear that's why people don't enter IT world. And I'm trying to inspire more women and even men to kind of consider another career choice in IT, which is product management or business analysis.
Right. So, Meenal, here we talk about how they can reach out to you, what kind of, initial your basic challenges took you to the path of being invisible in the, this fashion world or something more than your study or your, that kind of mindset. And now today you are coaching, you are helping others. What message would you like to give to our audience or our viewers who are listening and watching, especially when it comes to the women or girl?
So, I would not distinguish with men and women anymore, because it's all equality now. And I feel like everybody goes through the same thing. But the one message that I would tell everybody is stay very true to your values. So if your value is about, like, for example, my values are about being true to what I feel. I speak up when I see something is not going in the right direction. I know sometimes people say silence is golden, but it's not very true. All of these are very generic statements. You can't be silent on things that are impacting you. So it's important to stay true to your values. If you think something is incorrect, speak up. Speak up for yourself. Don't let anybody walk over you. Be in a very positive mindset. It's very important to wake up in a positive way and surround yourself with very positive people. Like there are a lot of time, even around us, with our relatives, with our friends, or even co-workers, you might be surrounded with, people who probably may be a little bit toxic to your environment. And it's where, if you have very high vibration and you are a very positive person, then nobody can touch you. Nobody can impact your mindset. And the minute you feel that somebody's impacting it, speak up. Make sure that your environment is corrected, because you need to continue growing in your positive environment. And you are responsible for doing everything that's possible to make your environment in a way that allows you to grow. So I would tell that, definitely practice meditation, practice yoga, be surrounded with positive mentality. Anybody who tries to pull you down, don't be around them. You probably are okay just being with a set of 2 or 3 friends and, 2 or 3, family members around you. You don't need a huge quantity of 50 people who want to be with you. You want a limited set of people, but those set of people allow you to grow in life, and then you're also learning from them. It should be a equal learning from each other, not just like a blank, blank sort of relationship.
So as you mentioned, be confident and have confidence and right feeling for you and for your surroundings, and don't allow those feelings and then surroundings to get change in any ways by other influencer factor, whether with people or whatever negativity comes around. So, Meenal, when we are talking about it, all these, this is very important for all of us, especially the when we are talking about we are in an environment where people try to, through social media also sometimes becomes a part of in a positive as well as in negative. How you see that and what way one can, prevent by going in that direction?
And this is a very good question, because I face this all the time too. Like, I get a ton of people who would probably send me weird kind of messages, and there are people who have the guts to even write things below your post, hijacking your post, or maybe trying to put you down. The way I practice that, and something that I coach to a lot of even younger girls and people who come into my coaching, is if you see anybody obviously putting some random comment, definitely delete it right away as soon as you get to it, and then do approach that person and message them on how you feel about that comment. It really changes them, because then they not only apologize to you, and there has not been a single time where if somebody has written anything on my wall and I have reached out to them, they have apologized to me. In fact, they have not only apologized, but they have now become more of a well-wisher, and they are scared to even write something, because it's very important for you to stand up. Don't keep quiet. And that's why I'm always against silence is golden, because it's not okay to be silent all the time. People need to know what's your perception. How are you going to react to certain situations? And I'm totally not okay with anybody trolling or even writing anything to put somebody down. In fact, even if I see something happening on my friend's profile, I would reach out to the person and ask that person to stop.
That's very good advice, and that's very well said point, Meenal. You mentioned how one can, again keep the same environment the way they want to be in that kind of positive mindset, whether it is personal life or as well as social media life. Last but not least, how you see being on this platform is able to help those voices, like silent is not golden.
A new term. I've just invented a new one.
Yes, we believe in the same way, and that's why we invite to speak up for themselves and for others, and that's the same thing you are mentioning. So we are really glad, but we want to hear from you.
Definitely, and I think your platform definitely allows a lot of women and even others to come and talk about their stories, and they are probably even sharing their experiences, bad experiences, good experiences, and that just allows you to get that trigger in your brain that I should operate in this situation in this way. Sometimes it's just about perception. Like, until I don't hear it, I probably wouldn't even know that there's a way out like that. Almost like a cooking, like a dish that you're cooking. You don't even know that, oh, there's another way to make pasta. But then you hear it from somebody, or you watch it on YouTube, and then you try it, and then you're like, oh, wow, this is amazing. Yeah. So just to combat one situation, there are different ways of looking at it. And that's why your platform and talks like these become important, because then you hear perception of everybody, and then okay, there are so many different paths in life and so many different approaches that you can think of. And then people are able to kind of apply that in their lives as well. So it really helps. Your platform is wonderful.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Meenal, for sharing your thoughts, sharing that silence is not golden anymore. We need to speak up for ourselves as well as for whatever you see wrongdoing in your surroundings. So please be proactive, be bystander. Sometimes it's very important. As you hear from our today's speaker, from Meenal, she shared her life, her real life incidents, and as well as how she made those negative into positive in her life. So I hope you got your lesson, you got your inspiration and motivation for today, and you will keep this inspiration, motivation to put your life forward, to grow, to develop. And that's what our mission. We are growing and developing together. That's it for today. See you in the next episode. Till then, take care. Bye-bye. Thank you, Meenal.
Thank you.